That's always been his level, but he's also a Neon player.
And he's on the line right now in main. Ruxic just shouldering this for a little bit of info. Crosshair takes a second to adjust, so comeback takes half his health. Bippo flying straight in is a perfect distraction, but with Hero backfilling the site, there are no problems in the end. NAVI with a strong hold. Let's see if they make sure to account for Mini, and they do. Ruxic is all over it. Should be the pistol in the bag.
Yeah, and Cloric.
They've got to show us that Santiago just wasn't just a dream run and that it can be repeated here with the change in circumstance. Martin's still firing on all cylinders. He's had a pretty good start to the stage so far, and picking up a couple orbs for his troubles here as well on the Phoenix is definitely going to help them.
Yeah, I thought for a minute Navi would have went and cleared mid, and obviously you've got to be trying to find Glyph there, but with 4 players down on the site, it's 3 versus 4, not 2 in favour of Gentlemates in the grand scheme of things.
Glyph just closing up the distance here a little bit. Hero is as good as dead, and finally it is confirmed. Martin will be wanting to die to one of these last 2 players, or
I think that's something that's impressive about NA, the fact that they have their universities involved, but as for now, comeback involved. Big kill there goes Glyph, and there goes your smokes for the rest of this round.
Of course, Maryville going on to become NRG Academy. As Gentlemates here continue to push towards the B site, it is through Martin's ultimate, as we prophesized. Cloric fighting from this corner still, but bailed out by comeback, and as it goes unconsidered, he's able to find big value. Comeback played in for the next, and Navi doing a brilliant job at holding on.
Ooh.
Problem starting to pop up though. Starso is left in a clutch of which we've seen him win many.
Yeah, Philu starting to give up the space, hoping that Ruxic will get here close. A 2 versus 1, you've got to favour the Navi boys, right?
And that's if they can find a way to play this together. Huge factor of that Santiago run, especially the group stage, was Starso winning out clutches just like this. Similar position. Gentlemates so good on Pearl, but it's not to be on this round. Ruxic winning the fight in the alleyway. And so Navi are own terms and conditions, and as you can see here, the A main fight about to take place, a priority for mates, and with all that utility dropped in, Bippo sacrificing himself to try and make something happen. Martin follows in behind with the same result, 2 down, and Navi barely a scratch on them.
Yeah, this is real issues for Gentlemates. Remember, this is their map pick.
Navi looking to get proactive in middle, or reconsideration perhaps, as Cloric is holding on with is so well timed. Running down the clock, inside the 30-second mark is when players will start to emerge from art, and it has to be Martin here. Flash available, but closing up the distance, reaching 20 seconds now, and still Gentlemates still yet to make their move. Sees out in the open, bit of a blunder from Starso. Weaves a way back in for Philu, quick double, and just like that, Navi have everyone in the right position. Mace down to the last 10 seconds, and still no progress on that plant. They've not made it into the site itself, it's just Mini left, and he's got to walk away.
Run it back, and it was successful. It was that 3rd round that we've got to remember, if you can remember that far back, and Gentlemates very quickly back in towards the site and ready to respond. But Cloric, really excellent double kill, and it looks to put a stop to what Gentlemates wanted to do. All of Navi collapse on control of all of the available ones, right? And that's exactly what they're going to use to hold on to this post plan.
Cosmic Divide available in this retake, and it does go up, but not before Cloric falls. Recon already parted from his utility belt, and now Navi down to their last 4 members. Trapped in the corner, Hero can fight back out from it, but we need to see a whole lot more of that if Navi are to be set on the right path. And instead, Glyph will send them to the shops. Come back, walking away from this with the op, but that's about as good as it's going to get.
And yeah, come back happy to
support. It's this A main duel that we're going to see yet again. Those salvos respected now by mates, but there's an op behind this for Philu, and it doesn't matter what agent you give him, the gun in his hands is good enough.
Yeah, so
out of the picture, and it has to be a commitment into another site where Navi look prepared.
Now, the flash hasn't affected anyone, but at least one horn did identify the players. Hero once again, Mr. 3K makes it 4, and Navi have an advantage for the next half.
He's their star player for a...
NAVI, Rooksik still holding on to this space around the edge of the smoke. Oh, the players don't realise it. The timing insane. And can he get through? The answer, no. Okay, so with that, the reinforcements come to the A site for Hero.
And the round is given a little bit of time to breathe. Gentlemate's still scaling towards A. It's Filu's operator on the line, which poses the biggest threat here. No flash, nothing to challenge it with, so it's a free kill onto Glyph.
It's a long time to try and even see.
Let up a little bit because Comeback can pick up the slack in spawn. Starso tempted to peek it, wins the duel, and now that is huge. Starso has the Nightfall. Oh, the spam is just condemning him further back, and there you go. Ult comes in, forces Martin out into the open. Starso's got to fight his ground, but he just can't stand the tech.
Been waiting for his moment in Tier 1 and finally got it. Looked as if it had been overdue.
Yeah. I mean, as long as he can create space for the rest of the team, that's all. It's just the amount of times they're getting shut down before they even have half a chance. This time, it's Starso falling behind the cover.
Yeah, if you want to talk about game plans, NAVI has got it down to a T.
And for Gentlemates, when something like this happens, how do you adjust? It looks like they're just going to commit through this onto B.
Yeah, but the problem is you're committing to 3 players and ones that have plenty of utility, plenty of bodies on the line and plenty of rifles to make you pay. And I'm telling you, Gentlemates are paying double right now as they look to have only got 2 rounds out of anything. But look at this, an immediate pivot. And this looks like the killer feeling that Gentlemates usually have, straight towards the B site, and it's going to be a brawl, one which goes either way, but Spike is on the ground. That's the issue for Gentlemates at the moment, and they need to try and get that back.
NAVI main control, Rooksik to take contact.
And the players come through the smoke, and it's Bippo to come out on top. Spike recollected, and the double duelists have a moment.
Comeback on the way through. Has to really challenge for an early fight here if he wants to win this.
Yeah, but an off angle is what will get Gentlemates. How does Gentlemates begin to figure this out? Oh, it seems to be they want to take it on the front foot. Look for that information. And that's a big joke because Spike is here and Gentlemates are coming out on top. The second half of the push is coming from behind, so Gentlemates need to get cozy, need to find a position to work with, and they have. Spike on the ground. Hero able to recollect it, but that's...
Recon Dart lands just to try and clear out the art space. As you can see here, mates ready to receive. Martin on high alert as the execution comes in, but Bippo playing guard and just sliding right in, fighting Hero as well. Chloric's got a whole lot on his plate, and it's just too much to ask of one player.
NAVI have opted to not even challenge A main anymore. They would rather give that up and head towards B, see if they can challenge there, get some information from that side. But all they've found is Gentlemates ready to rack them up and knock them down.
Rooksik still has the rifle here, but how much can you possibly build around this? Gentlemates don't need to go exploring in middle, but it looks like they're going to anyway.
Yeah, they want to try and find something from this. Chloric Sheriff not got a whole yeah, I was going to say not got a bit of bite, but certainly Rooksik's rifle does.
And that's exactly where I start to get scared, because Rooksik is here holding. Mates are still letting their presence be felt, and NAVI just decides, you know what, let's take the B site. There are still some traps up here, but I think Chloric gets there first.
Yeah, it's a foot race, but it's a Sheriff that sails first. It's not your rifle, and it's not your healthy player, and it's Rooksik that has to commit to the spike plant. Well, Chloric gives himself away. Gentlemates so zoomed in, zoned in on the only...
Their comps.
Take back side. I'm dashing back on. Front, man. Back on Neon, guys. Back on Neon. Ninja to 120. All five. They're gonna push back on.
Okay.
Good, pushing.
Last player standing.
That's nice.
To stop that at all, and now they start to put bodies elsewhere on the map towards R, and Gentlemates are up for the task.
I mean, that's where Glyph also plays into the conditioning as well. Early smoke goes up. Bippo still fighting in front of this. finds one, but the Stingers continuing to play chase, and behind their own divide, a chance for the plant.
Yeah, that gravity well, given a little bit of vulnerability, but nobody to get anything off the back of it. Spike in though, that's Cosmic Divide causing an issue.
So much utility used, but no one from Gentomate swinging off the back of it. NAVI are able to get away with this, and playing up close and personal, these Stingers could have a serious bite. That's when Martin strikes. First one found, Ruxic offline. With comeback in the corner, he does have a TP and takes it quite early.
Yeah, a nice pop flash, but you've got to be thinking towards Art as well.
Yeah, Chloric also waiting with his ult in main. NAVI have win conditions here. Mates need to hunt these players out. Catches attack, he's up in the air. Chloric only just taken down. Hero still with a real chance to win this, and he finds the first through the wall. Martin on that second tap.
It's mitigation from NAVI. But it's all about the fight up next. As this smoke begins to go, Gentlemates would rather fight close quarters, and that's what's really been favouring them.
You can see what the game plan is here as well. Comeback, finding a kill on the extremity, just walking up. They've left him behind though. The rest of NAVI are ready to take the A site. The only issue is, it's a long way to the A site.
That it is, and look, all these Cypher traps still up. Starzo with an operator. He plays ahead, and that shouldn't have been the play at all. The fact that he had that Nightfall in pocket, and now it's up to Bippo's operator, which has been pretty decent so far, is getting pass marks, but can it go one better? Filu, 11 points of health, up close and personal. The trigger discipline, good, but not good enough. 2v2 now, that operator no longer in play. It's all down to the rifles, and NAVI in a pretty decent spot. Although, a 1 versus 1 around the spike is not the position you would want to be in. Ruxic does have a star, but it's going to be a very difficult position to be in should this 1v1 be lost. Bippo looking to just go into this fight and win it out. A 1v1 now against Ruxic, and he has no stars, no stun, but there's not a whole lot of time left. And that's where Ruxic is going to be in prime position to win
it, Mark, and still presence being felt on A.
Martin and Gentlemates having blinked in the face of what has been real questions. Big kill from Starzo, big delay. Ultimate still to be thrown in here from either side, and that's what they go for. Send them right into the middle of the field as the players look to fight each other, and Gentlemates still at 2-2. Big kills from comeback, sure, but that's Spike on the ground.
We're still here.
Yep, and Bippo gets the kill, so it has to be the sub. It has to be comeback here, under pressure, and can't stand.
Look for as much as he possibly can, not given anything. Same can be said of comeback. It's a dodgy fight, but he's going to win it over Mini.
And that Spectre at close range is exactly what you would want. But Ultimate put in, run it back used, and Martin's got a kill off the back of it.
Looking for a second before that one expires, but it is just the one as it stands. 4-on-4 situation. And NAVI have a couple of players deep, embedded in secret right now. That's what mates have to hit on the head, and that's exactly what they'll do. Hero can't play post-plant from this position. Flushed out by the molly, still hitting heads. And Ruxic doing enough to delay the defuse initially, but now Starzo's hands are busy. Ruxic, there's no way he walks away with two.
And the end of the first map could really help decide this. Mini swings out, catches Filu, and even gets more information, so this fake is now known about.
We're just trying to solo fake, but it's into the Cypher setup there. I mean, Chloric maybe trying to break the traps with the shocks didn't work. And NAVI have a post plant at the very least, but mates' retakes have looked good so far.
Now they have. They've looked excellent. So come back within the corner, stunned up, and that's the worst part. Has to give up the time, and already Firo using all his utility belt. Gentlemates, absolutely brilliant so far. There is a Cosmic Divide to try and challenge this Spike, but why would you use it? Come back with a nice shot, but still no control of that Spike. No way to deny anybody defusing, so it forces players out into the open. And that's where Gentlemates really make them pay as they head on.
Qualify similar to Group Alpha in Pacific, where there's multiple front runners. This one, yeah, I don't know. Still not really decided towards the top end, but Gentlemates want to send themselves in that direction, with Bippo already finding one and Mini locking down the B site again through middle this time. NAVI are at another impasse.
Another question asked of them. Hero on 5 HP. He's not long for this world, let's be honest. into the site to trade off of, right? But let's be honest, who's trading off of Martini? He's usually going to get the kill himself. So the flashes and utility get sent forward. He doesn't get a kill, but Mini does get the trade. So a 2 versus 4 in which we're going to have to see Navi try and clutch up from. Onto the spike they go. Ruxic already in the kill feed, and comeback identified. It has to be Ruxic. All the way from long, with players starting to encroach on his position.
Is set up here for main. Is he going to anticipate a player rounding that corner from close? Does the crosshair click onto position? It absolutely does. A quick double. Does get flattened by Glyph.
30 seconds left.
So there is a way back in here for mates.
There is, with that spike going down, Starzo left outside of door. They'll be asking themselves, where is the fade? Has he went in with the rest of the pack? Yeah. And the answer is no.
It's going to take so much time for Navi to clear all of this out, so Starzo gives them a gift. On a silver platter he goes.
Last two have sheriffs as well, so there is a little bit of bite about this.
There is, but how much can Bippo do up close? Still the slide available. Is there a clause to use it? Needs to find something here early. Glyph shredding them on the way back through, but
need a refuel here because at this moment in time, poor weaponry, or maybe it's already had a refuel, because look at this buy. 4 stingers, there's a Bucky in there as well, and Gentlemates are making this doable. I completely caught Navi off guard.
Yeah, a little upgrade in there as well, I think. Spectre picked up by Glyph now. Those stingers proving to be valuable. Comeback on the way back in, has a Marshall, and this could be nasty.
No, it could. This Phantom could really hurt, especially with Glyph so low, but at close quarters you don't doubt that these stingers could catch players off guard, and that paranoia buying precious time for this attack. Oh, defense of the site, I should say. Defense of the spike as Filu looks to save up. It will be Gentlemate straight back in.
You can already hear him shouting away. Filu does find one.
Going straight for that C site once again. They've got blood in the water and they want to try and use that to as much of their advantage as possible. Comeback out wide, Headhunter, and well, his teammate has gone as well, so will he.
Yep.
It's what we expected. That rifle's still in play though.
Yeah, Filu, I was just about to highlight, is one of the players retaking here. Has the Phantom, but no real tools to make himself too dangerous. That stun isn't available. Has a slide, but really you want the Neon in first and the rifle behind it.
Spike planted.
Yeah. Still though, Navi taking the time to come back in. Maybe waiting for that Haunt to come back up on Hero.
Yeah, potentially. But I think 20 seconds is 20 seconds too long to do anything here, really. Hero in that classic, man. He's hitting shots with it. Filu teed up on the rifle as well. It's down to a 2-on-2, but I just, again, think that on time this isn't tenable.
That's it?
It just, with Mini finding that one there as well.
Yeah.
It's left far too late for Chloric to really salvage anything here. He does find one, but I don't think he's going to be able to stick the defuse, so all eyes on Chloric for the time being. He has to fend off this push, ward them away from his sight, and while waltzing around the edge of the poison cloud, they have absolutely no idea he's here. Glyph walking right back into it, fellow countrymen, but there is a trade, and there you have it. Mates find a way in front.
Yeah, that spike can go down now. A little bit of safety for Gentlemates, but you can see Navi dancing with the idea of hitting this again.
That op in the hands of Comeback, though, a player deficit that just means you need that first fight to go your way, or it's going to be another save call, most likely. And you can already see that look of dejection building as the heads start to turn away on the Na'Vi side. They know this one's done.
That it is. Gentlemates straight back in, getting their lead in their hands. And again, they know how to build momentum, they know how to make it work in their favour. And Navi, right now on the defence, on a 3-site map as well, are really struggling.
They are. Mates have found that there's a gap on this C site, really encroaching on that A site.
There they are. and already seen one, the Neon, but there's plenty of bodies here for Navi, and that's why Heroes Bucky at least finds one. That bike backside secure for a moment, and the overdrive coming through as well. Still advantage towards the defense, but time to work with if you are Gentlemates, and that's why they're going to start to go back and look elsewhere.
Site now heavily fortified with comeback arriving as well. The door turns for the umpteenth time. You're just waiting for comeback to make his move on this op. It has to land, and it does. Asked of him multiple times already. This one will not miss.
Yeah, a 2 versus 4 once again, Glyph and Martin.
30 seconds left.
On the same site as it was the pistol round. This time, though, you're expecting the rifles to make them pay, not necessarily like the Sheriffs.
Yeah, comeback can't quite chase the players off to main, but with this Viper wall up, it's going to be a really difficult post plant.
Yeah, it is. How long do those toxins last, though? But with Rook 6 smoke going in, now you're starting to really favour Navi. Now, if you will already, let's be honest, as Glyph starts to throw in the white till, respect what Navi have got, and save that rifle up.
So the deficit reduced by 1, but Gentlemates, I mean, that's a big round to lose. Navi have done a brilliant job there to win that one.
Dear, although stepping forward, still in his TP range, thinking about players in the smoke, can't quite connect. His luck not going in his favour. A Nightfall in. Martin, oh, that's nice movement. And we'll even get him a kill. A little bit awkward, as you can see, Philo trying to get to backside, but Bippo's already there. Gentlemates have their post plan.
And there's no op to save this time, so Navi perhaps willing to go for this retake attempt. Cloric spotted a kill, or so he thought. Mini makes him pay a hefty toll.
He does. Martin now with an operator, gives it away. 2 on 2. This is much more doable than we originally thought. Bippo and Starzo are full of health, and Navi aren't quite there themselves. But that operator picked up from Cloric might prove an issue.
Still has a pit as well. If he can find a safe way to sight, this is a problem.
That is a big if, though. That's the issue, as Bippo is waiting for the barrel to be seen, and it's exactly that. So Cloric looks to save up the operator, and Gentlemates look to walk to 4.
I mean, Cloric walking away with the op here is the best of a bad scenario when you consider the 4 versus 2 that they found themselves in. The fragging IGL still finding
in this series.
Door open for comeback here to play in that operator, but Filu's already been dropped, and the person whose role was replaced is not able to find anything from it. Look how quick this reaction is from Gentlemates, heading towards Cloric, solo on the C site. Oh wow. Orb timing's perfect to counter that horn.
That it is. Cloric. Oh, nice to flick on to the next player, but Martin once again shows what he's good at. Entering a site, getting a kill. Gentlemates still 1 to the good, but that spike not down.
I was going to say, Cloric does well to counter anything there. Finding his 1 kill. Looking at the retake, all of them still decayed by this ultimate, but Mini finding a quick double, leaving only Rook 6 standing, and that's not for long. Mates in full. Mates getting to grips with this attack side now, and Starso part and parcel of it. He's able to drop Rook 6 on that extremity. Outside of C as they move into post on B now. Yeah. They're not just going to settle for this, they want more. The paranoia is in to take a little bit of deeper control, but that's when Navi take their own cue to fight back, and that's where Hero and Filu both pick up kills.
Yeah, but Mini's Outlaw holding things down. He sees the Neon.
Actually going to pop the pit to try and play around this. The Outlaw's got to work as a shotgun if this is to find any success. Very quickly, the toxins do drop, and it's just the classic left. Mini forced to concede the situation. RV, the ones that will find their 3rd.
I mean, Navi, the fact that they've managed to get them.
But Money looking a little bit ropey. Navi this round had to stick for them, but now, once more, it's only Rooksik here. It's a sole player left to defend the C site. Catches wind of Glyph's TP a little too late. And with him taken out of the picture, Mates in another post 4v2.
Yeah, getting that post plant straight in. Advantage that NAVI should have no way back in, but they've been able to chip away at these leads time and time again.
And that's what's keeping the money honest for mates, but that's about it. It doesn't feel like there's a concrete solution to this C-hold yet that they've been able to settle on, where, you know, in the past you double up on your anchors perhaps. Maybe it's the Chamber and the Viper in the same area of the map. It's just not something that they've wanted to lean on. Comeback actually going in for a second opportunity here. He'll give it a go, but it's only good for the one.
I mean, but every kill you get is a little bit of damage again to that economy, considering Mini and Bippo are on 904. Does come in with a minute left though. They could easily pivot to B, and it is comeback on this line. The operator should be known about after it announced itself in B main. It's Tree though, where most of the action is happening, and it's Filu who gets caught out.
Yeah, and lovely slide from Bippo, just breaking the line there, getting in. Ruxic TP denied.
Yeah, and unfortunately Bippo's life denied as NAVI come back in with a little bit of force. Something to make Gentlemates respect them, but the utility so spot on, and that spike should be safe now.
Ruxic and Chloric, if anyone was going to do it, it'd probably be these two. And that's such an aggressive post plant here from mates, as well as the spike is just now going in.
I do like it, but this paranoia could be the one to break both of them as a caught, but unfortunately not capitalised upon. The molly already used from Chloric, and unfortunately the players not showing themselves from Gentlemates. Chloric's pushed back, and Ruxic in a place which he can't return from. He's not getting any more TPs. Well, at least he's got one, but he's onto the spike. Gentlemates try and spam out, not being baited out the shot. He's trying to make things work. It gets the chaotic! And at the same time, NAVI, very aggressive on C main. Gentlemates are boxed in here.
Yeah, it's the first time that NAVI have actually shown this level of proactivity. So it catches Gentlemates sleeping at the wheel. Come back for the opening kill. And here is the dagger in the back. All the knives out on the mate's side. No one anticipating this kind of pressure from Filu. He walks away, but Ruxic's left behind. Another player to add a second layer. And only Mini remaining.
Well, there's even stingers and judges in the mix, so I mean, you're starting to favour NAVI here to even out the half at an even score line. And unfortunately, Gentlemates come straight back in with the lower buy and gain the site.
Yeah, I mean, just rapid pace change from Gentlemates again. Bippo's not considered with this judge, and comeback pays the ultimate price.
He does, and perhaps have paid the price of the round, not checking close corner. Bippo up with the judge, but it's the shorty, the little brother, that comes out on top. And Gentlemates begin to regress. They're post plant now. This Chloric and Ruxic try and clear out, and I've got not a lot of time to do this, and a lot of bodies to try and
climatized really well. Some of them even leading the meta regionally, I think it's fair to say, in terms of Liquid and how they're playing the double duelist. NAVI trying to give it a go here themselves. It's only Filu in first. Mini is there to guard his poison orb, and with Glyph landing the blind as well. I mean, just no way through for this attack, and it's the worst possible start.
Yeah, it seems like both teams are just wanting to trade out pistol rounds, whoever's on the defence, and yeah, come back a while away from this one. Not expecting him to show us anything, but I mean, he is going to be able to access the spike easier than accessing the players, I guess. Yeah, this is a lot of distance you have to try and cover, and NAVI pretty slow to come out here, respecting what Gentlemates could throw at them, and they've done so pretty efficiently so far.
Yeah, they have, and where it's around that Gentlemates could have found to take 10 off a bonus, it's looking like NAVI have found what was needed to reset, come back, 2 kills, even TP's out on that first engagement and goes back in for another.
Glyph has just got by the trademark, by the way, unnoticed. Unfortunately, Ruxic does note him.
Okay.
So it's a pick back in their direction.
There's one. Mini also making his approach from the same side. Does have a Vandal though, so maybe a little more inclined to save than Glyph on this Guardian.
Yeah, looks like it. If Glyph can get even any damage here, they're probably thinking that's a success. Retake.
I mean, NAVI are almost all in to that position right now, but mates have a toxic screen they need to fight through. Bippo, the first line of attack. He's very quickly blunted as the spear's thrown in. Double peek from mates is nice, bringing it back into an even situation. 3-on-3 and Martin wrapping around the side, just doesn't have...
As we're seeing right now, Rooksik going for that scale, but it's a re-hit in towards many bodies.
3 sheriffs here, and a showstopper for Martin as well. If he can find a way to use it, it's going to just take him all with the sheriff instead. 3 picked up, down to a 2-on-2. The guns are deep, difficult to recover on the mate side, but you've now just got to be thinking about Mini. Already has a Vandal, and he's closest to the action if they head B.
Yeah, NAVI have given up the rifles, so Starzo has a chance to go and recollect one. NAVI, though, given the clean road all towards planting that spike. So it's a post-plant for rifles on both players of Gentlemates.
This one could get really awkward. Comeback has his TP this time to place, so an opportunity to reposition perhaps. Mini now relaying that info back. Has to break the door to get in. Oh, and Rooksik's just not there to reset in time. All of a sudden at 2v1, yeah. Starso just emptying it on the way back through. Trying to figure out and paint this picture. Where is Comeback?
They've missed Comeback, but that's a huge seize.
And Starso spotted it, but Comeback finds the shot. And now he's up against his former teammate!
So he is being forced away in that A space, now on Gentlemate's favour. That's a quick exit in towards B, using the Odin in his favour to entry, not something we'd expect.
Let's check in on Navi's comms though and see what they're planning.
Heaven. Haben.
Right, 80 on the race.
We have sealed.
Nice.
Hey, one.
Där, no one sealing.
One peek, guys.
Go for kill back.
Front B.
Door.
Cancel.
Third tower.
Ceiling, yeah. Paranoid, coming out, Becca. 2-2.
Last player standing.
80 on the race.
Close to you. Nice try. Okay, it's okay.
Nice try.
Just waiting to be greeted by presence on C. Not far off now as Comeback just gets caught edge of the smoke. Bippo can't find the shot he's looking for, but the stun will land and continues to guard this C site where Mini's arrived in support.
He has.
Oh, full reposition.
Nice. Hidden in the corner. Bippo, his op will play bait this time. Not usually what you play bait for as a player in the corner with an operator, but if he swings out here,
Gentlemates fully reset now in their sight hold, and Mini is just completely unexpected. Finally, he connects that long spray of bullets. Starso's arrived as well, and so the captain and his co-caller can feel comfortable in their sight control now.
30 seconds left.
Still, with time so low, a re-hit in a 2 versus 4 is not going to favour you at all.
And Bippo's looking to peek over this as well. Even the paranoia timing from Glyph, all just buying those precious seconds. 15 of them left for NAVI to make this move. But mate, exactly, just creeping up behind it. And with the smoke there in play, it's all on Martin.
Down A.
But he feels all too happy with the eyes on him. It's where he thrives. And living life in pink, a lot better for him. There is a bit of a trade. In fact, NAVI, they just clap back into the round. 2-on-2 now.
It's the reset, though, that favours Gentlemates. Both players are thought for a minute in position to catch B, but instead the spike goes down on A.
Yeah, Chloric playing detached, has the pit, but no way to help set up Filu with it. Bucky in hand. In fact, it's just a full clear around here. Mini wiser to the tricks.
Where is Chloric?
So far back, but no one's already got to work on this spike defusal. They think that he could be wrapping around, so actually giving Chloric a chance to walk on up. It's towards the mid to late where that post plant comes in that there is a problem. Martin on the boost this time, he's just not spotted Rooksik and fully punished for it.
Yeah, that's a massive mistake. At least, though, I thought for a minute Bippo was going to capitalise. Instead, legs Chloric. So the players on NAVI's side get the spike onto site.
Again, access to site, but how does this post plant look? Pit to cut across, but Chloric's been dropped.
And so has Filu. Big picks, 3v3.
While all of this is happening, it transpires that a bit of an awkward one where Comeback's able to get in behind around the other way. Hero wins the duel on site, leaving only Starso behind in this position.
Spike is down. Starzo caught with his hands busy. The util trying to get brought out. So Glyph attempts a 1 versus 3. And a big one it could be for him. Zero is up close. If he gets this kill, Nightfall online for the next round. And unfortunately, he's going to go.
Yeah, walks in, finds the first one cleanly. Rooksik still hanging around the silent drop. Glyph needs to be on top of this. Paranoia drops in the opposite way. Lands both shots on the shorty. And now it's come back. The stand in against him. But no one can stand.